Hi guys, this is Mrs. Baum, and this video is to help you make sure that you understand what is going on for Tuesday, April 4th. It's going to be kind of a long video because I'm going to talk through all of your different responsibilities. So feel free to pause, go do the different parts of the things that you need to do, and then come back to watch the rest. And if the video gets to the end and there is, if it gets to the end of the time and it cuts me off, I'll make an additional video. So this will be video 1. Okay, so happy School Librarian Day. We're going to be working out of our Intro to Probability packet. Your homework for tonight is page 143, and the extra credit is due by midnight on 4/7. Okay, so for your bell ringer, you guys are going to be completing this question in your bell ringer document right here. And you're going to do your warm it up, Chris, here, and your exit slip here as well. So your bell ringer for today is, yesterday we were working with cups and coins in our experiment. So how was the experiment with the cups the same as the coin experiment, and how is it different? So I know a cup you put something in and a coin you spend, but how were those two items the same in our experiment, and how are they different? So you're free to pause this, answer that question, and then unpause it to get the next thing that you need to do. Okay, so your warm it up, Chris. For today, you know that I'm going to be out of the classroom and you are responsible for completing your work and being respectful and appropriate. What's your plan? How are you going to accomplish that? So our focus is the same as it was yesterday. So we're thinking about modeling experiments and how that can help us determine probability. In our I can statements, I'm still expecting you to understand that probability is somewhere between 0 and 100. And you should be able to use an experiment to help you understand the probability of a given situation. We're not at the point of developing a probability model yet, but we'll get there. Our tasks for today, you guys are going to first watch an instructional video on how to make a tree diagram. You're going to take some notes with it, and then you're going to do another experiment with coins, although you're going to use fake coins for today. So for the tree video, you have a copy of this slideshow in Google Classroom. Actually, it's linked in your document. So you're going to click on this link and you are going to watch this video about tree diagrams. As you are watching it, you are going to be completing the notes on this page right here. So you're going to be filling in some information, and then you're going to be drawing a tree diagram with me and then answering a few questions. So the tree diagram video is about 5 minutes long, 4.5 minutes long. Even with pausing it and doing all of the work, this should take you less than 10 minutes. So please make sure that you're using your time wisely. So again, less than 10 minutes. Please pause this video, go take care of the tree diagram portion of your responsibilities, and then come back for the next piece of what we're doing today. Okay, welcome back. So the next thing that you guys have, now that we're done with our tree video and our notes, is you are going to be completing an investigation with coins. Instead of using real coins, you guys are going to click on the link to use just flip a coin. The way that I want you to do this activity is you are going to be working with your elbow partner, which is the person next to you. If you are in a seat where you do not have an elbow partner, then you'll be working independently. If you are not sure who you should be working with, please consult the chart on the board for your block. It has you and your name and the partner's name that you should be working with. Okay, so each person is going to open up just flip a coin on their screen. So I will have this open on my screen, and then my partner will also have it open on their screen. What's going to happen is Calvin is using 2 coins to try and determine what he's going to eat for breakfast. If he flips both coins and they match, he gets to eat his beloved Cocoa Blast. If he flips 2 coins and they do not match, then he will eat his mother's Health Nut Flakes. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip the coin. And those of you that are by yourself without a partner next to you, you will just flip it twice. So I'm going to model that. So I just flipped and it landed on heads, and then it landed on tails. Now I'm going to take that information and I'm going to put it in my table. So heads, tails, that is a no match. So if I get a no match, I'm going to write NM. I don't need to write down what I got from the coins. I just need to write down if it's a match or not. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Tails, tails, and that is a match. So I'll go here for trial number 2. I will write down match. So you're going to continue and do this for all 30 of your trials. Then you're going to answer question A2. So since you're actually doing the experiment, you are doing experimental probability, and now we just need to break it down. You're going to figure out what the experimental probability is of getting a match and what the experimental probability is of getting a no match. Now, your matches is going to depend on what your data is. Your number of trials, everybody should have the same number of trials, 30, right? And then once I have this information, I can calculate that percent. So remember, you're going to do your numerator divided by your denominator. Okay. Once you are done with the independent part of the activity, so you're gonna pause this, do the independent part, and then you're gonna come back for the group part. All right, and welcome back. So now what you're gonna do is you are going to be compiling your data with your classmates. So at the front of the room, you have a chart, and after you finished working on your independent data, you should have come up to write down your, you should have come up to write down your data up here. So let's say Ben the Head and Mr. Baum, Ben the Head and Mr. Baum, they were playing match, no match. They got match 15 times. They got no match 15 times. Then Chris Bryant and Rizzo are playing. They are very lucky people. So they got 20 matches and 10 no matches. Mr. Boyer and Mr. Vincent, not quite as lucky. So they got 12 matches and 18 no matches. Jay-Z and Beyonce are about the luckiest people I know. So they got 25 matches and 5 no matches. So when you walk up to put your information, you should have already done your information in the table. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this information as a whole group, and you're going to be calculating what our whole group data is so far. You're going to be keeping a running total for this. So Ben and Mr. Baum are the first piece of data that we have in our chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, so number of matches so far. This is the only data that we're working with right off the bat. And everybody's data should be in the same order because you're going to go based on the order of the groups in your chart. So number of matches so far was 15. And the percent, that would be 15 out of 30. So 15 out of 30, which is 50%. The number of no matches so far was 15 out of 30, which would be also 50%. Then I'm going to add the next piece of data in there. So this was Bryant and Rizzo. And remember, they got 20 matches. So I had 15, and now I'm adding their data to that. So that puts me at 35. And remember, each time we add another pair, we're adding 30 more trials to our data. So instead of being out of 30, now we're going to be out of 60. So now I have to calculate that because I don't know that fact in my head. So I've got 35 divided by 60, which gives me 58%. So now my total percent matches so far is 58%. And then I need to do the same thing over here. So I have 10 no matches. So 10 plus 15 is 25 out of 30. So now let's calculate that. 25 out of 30 is, no, that can't be right. Oh, see, look, I made the mistake that you guys probably all made as well. So because I was adding 30 more data values in there, this should actually be a 60. So 25 divided by 60 is 42%. Okay, let's add in another set of data. So now we've got Mr. Boyer and Mr. Vincent, and they had 12 matches. So that takes this, so 12 and 35 is 47. And I'm adding another 30 data values. So now I'm up to 90. So 47 divided by 90 gives me 52%. And then I have to add 18 onto 25, which gives me, 18 plus 25, which gives me 43. So 43 out of 90, because remember, I'm adding another 30 values there. So 43 divided by 90 gives me 47. Actually, that would round up to 48%. So every time we're adding to our previous total, and we're also adding
30 more